Welcome to my channel, STIGMATIA. Today I'm going to walk you through a sweetening ritual designed to awaken affection, attraction, and emotional closeness in a specific person. This is not a fantasy spell, not a joke, and not something you do casually. It is a focused, energetic practice used in modern exoteric traditions, especially within contemporary Wiccan-influenced workings, and it is meant to be approached with intention, respect, and emotional clarity. This ritual is meant for situations where there is already a connection, someone you know, someone who has crossed paths with you emotionally, someone who, at some point, gave you something. That detail matters more than people realize. This is not about forcing a stranger to fall in love. This is about activating an existing energetic thread. Unlike older ceremonial magic that relies on complex tools, circles, sumba, or ancient languages, this type of endulzamiento works through personal energy, memory, scent, and focused visualization. It is modern, direct, and powerful, precisely because it uses everyday objects charged with meaning. In exoteric practice, attraction is not created from nothing. It is amplified. Think of it like sound. You're not inventing a new signal. You're turning up the volume on something that already exists beneath the surface. That is why this ritual has a medium difficulty level, not because the steps are complicated, but because obtaining a personal object from the person matters. The object is not symbolic, it is energetic. It carries memory, emotional residue, and identity. This ritual is for those moments when you want to soften someone's heart toward you, to make them think of you, to feel drawn to your presence, to reach out, to feel emotionally warmer, calmer, and more connected when they think about you. Before we continue, understand this clearly. Words matter. Thought matters. Intention matters. In exoteric work, the spoken word is not just sound, it is command. The materials for this ritual are simple, but do not confuse simplicity with weakness. You will need one personal object belonging to the person you want to influence emotionally. This can be something they gave you directly, such as a letter, a small gift, a note, or any item that passed from their hands to yours with intention. In some cases, practitioners also use hair, but that requires greater responsibility and discretion. You will also need your personal scent. This can be perfume, cologne, or even deodorant, if that is what you normally use. The key is that it must be something that represents you authentically. Scent is one of the strongest carriers of memory in the human brain. Exoterically, it binds identity to intention. Timing is also important. This ritual is traditionally performed in the early morning hours, before sunrise. In the United States, that usually means sometime between 4 and 6 in the morning, when the world is quiet and external noise is minimal. This is not superstition, it's about mental stillness. When you begin, sit somewhere private, turn off distractions, hold the object in your hands, both hands. This matters because you are creating a closed, energetic circuit. Close your eyes if that feels natural to you. Some people prefer to keep them slightly open. What matters is focus. Now visualize the person clearly, not a fantasy version, not an idealized version. See their face as it really is. Their eyes, their expression, their posture. See them standing in front of you, looking at you. Then speak. You do not read a fixed script. This is not about memorization. You speak what you want to change. You speak what you want to awaken. You might say things like, I want you to feel calmer with me. I want you to think of me with warmth. I want you to seek me out. I want you to feel drawn to my presence. I want you to treat me with affection and care. These words are not begged, they are stated. Exoterically, repetition builds pressure. Pressure builds movement. As you continue holding the object, allow the emotion behind your words to rise. This is not about anger. It is not about desperation. It is about certainty. Calm certainty is far more powerful than emotional chaos. Once you feel that your words have been fully expressed, take your personal scent, apply a small amount directly onto the object. Not too much. This is not about soaking it. It is about marking it. As you do this, repeat the same phrases you spoke before. Slowly, clearly, with the same visualization. You are now binding 3 elements together: the person, the object, and yourself. In exoteric terms, this creates a loop, a subtle energetic loop that keeps the connection active. When you are finished, do not overthink it. The ritual does not end with doubt. It ends with closure. Place the object somewhere dark and undisturbed, a drawer, a box, somewhere it will not be touched often. Darkness is not negative here. It represents incubation. A seed does not grow in the open air. It grows underground. After this, you let go. This is one of the most difficult parts for people. Constantly checking for results weakens the process. The ritual works through emotional resonance, not obsession. Some people notice changes quickly. Messages, increased attention, a shift in tone. Others experience it more subtly, through dreams, thoughts, or unexpected encounters. Remember, exoteric rituals influence probability, not free will in an absolute sense. You are nudging energy, not controlling a puppet. And finally, understand responsibility. You are working with emotional influence. That requires maturity. Do not perform this ritual repeatedly on the same person. Do not mix it with anger or resentment. Those emotions corrupt the outcome. This ritual is not about control. It is about alignment. When intention, word, and identity move together, energy responds. Use this knowledge with awareness, not fear. If this message made sense to you, drop a comment saying, I have the power. Subscribe to Stigmatia. Stay connected and keep walking the path with clarity and discipline. Because when you understand how energy listens, you stop feeling powerless and you start moving with purpose.